Super Mario Bros. Not only is this Nintendo's first Mario game, but also one of the most famous speedruns. So I've tried the challenge. I tried to beat Super Mario Bros. As fast as possible during the next 5 days. This is the start of a new era. This is the 5-day challenge. If you have no clue about the speedrun, let me explain it. You start at 1-1, then go to 1-2, take the secret exit there, go to 4-1, then to 4-2, take the secret exit at 4-2, and then you just do all the levels from 8-1 to 8-4. With that being said, let's start the challenge. I've only played through the game once or twice, so I wasn't really familiar with the game physics. Without any practice, I went into the first run and it was just as expected. I died a lot, till I realized that I can just cheat. On the Switch you can save state your game, and that was pretty helpful for a first speedrun. I explored the game a bit, and after 33 minutes I finally finished my first Super Mario Bros. Speedrun. And it was 28 minutes behind the world record. But not really knowing what I'm doing, I kept on grinding and ended the first day with a 2010. After the stream ended, I went on to practice and learned some strats. The first one is called Wrong Warp in 4-2. By manipulating the screen scroll, the game thinks Mario is still in an area where the only loading zone leads to the secret exit. So we can enter a different loading zone but still get to the place we need to. That skips the long bind animation and saves about 4 to 5 seconds. I quickly realized though that this strat isn't really worth it, and I should focus on 8-1 and 8-2 since these are the most difficult levels. So now let me introduce you to pipe jumps. Whenever a piranha plant is coming out of a pipe, you can jump on the pipe right in front of the plant and jump again in the first couple frames to avoid the enemy's hitbox. But that's not all. By doing a pipe jump right here and then bounce off these 2 Koopas, only 2 Goombas will spawn after it instead of 3. Don't ask me why, I don't know why this happens, but it helps a lot to jump over the wall right after the Goombas without slowing down. After that, it's only running through the stage and do some precise jumps here and there, before we enter the hardest level of the game. 8-2. I mean, just take a look at that. We start off by doing 3 tight jumps up the stairs, which is actually not that bad, but right after this section, we have to perfectly maneuver over these bullet bill launchers and jump through the Paracoopas, which have a different pattern, every single time. And that applies to almost every Paracoopa in the game, as well as for the Hammer Bros and Bowser, but you can easily react to them. After practicing for hours, I finally hopped onto runs on day 2. Day 2 was just as expected, getting on pace for a good time and then failing in 8-1 or 8-2. A couple of runs made it to 8-3, but only with 1 life, so one-shot 8-3 and 8-4 all go back to 8-1. After 2.5 hours, I finally got a first decent time with a 6:13. In this run I avoided most of the strats I just mentioned. It was the first run without gaming over, but I still lost a minute to 2 deaths in 8-2. Only an hour later I got to 8-4 without any deaths. Unfortunately I died in 8-4 and lost 20 seconds. But it was fine, I was 50 seconds ahead of my PB after 8-3, so losing 20 seconds is not that big of a deal. I killed the Hammer Bro, jumped through Bowser's hammers and touched the axe after 5 minutes and 41 seconds. I achieved my goal for today, so I ended the stream. On day 3 I finally started to use these strats and actually getting really consistent at them. The Wrong Warp I mentioned before was just a piece of cake now, and I got the pipe jumps way more often than before. So it was finally time to get a clean run, without slowing down too much or dying. It took me not 10 resets, not 20, not 30, but 41 resets till I finally got on another PB pace run out of 8-2 with minus 13 seconds. Now it was just run, jump and react to the Hammer Bro patterns. I passed the first 4 Hammer Bros, then the next 2, so there were only 2 more left. And I died. I pressed jump a couple of frames too early while I was still midair, so the input didn't get triggered and I lost the perfect run. But that didn't stop me. I knew that in my 5:41 run I had 1 death in 8-4, so I kept running, and after I completed 8-3, the best possible time was still 5:33. And if you paid enough attention, you know that I can still PB by 8 seconds. I just had to get a perfect 8-4. And so I did. After 5 minutes and 29 seconds, I touched the X and got a new personal best. I also got my best 8-4 ever by 4 seconds, but that's not that important. At least it was something. I couldn't achieve my goal, getting a run without a single death, but I was close to it. Another 30 attempts later, I exited 8-3 while being 25 seconds ahead, and it was just me versus Bowser. I was about to jump over his head, but died. This was the run. I just had to... Wait, what did I have to do? Well, it seems like with this Bowser pattern, there was no way I could actually get past him. Running below didn't work, jumping through the hammers didn't work, slowing down and then jumping didn't work. I still don't know what I could have done better in this situation, but that was it. I was about to get a 25-second PB, however, Bowser said no, and so I kept playing. After this run I kinda lost my focus, and it actually took me another 70 attempts till I got another PB with a 5:24, but still not the deathless run I wanted. I left it there and ended day 3 with a 5:24. No, but what we're doing today, we're playing some more Mario Bros. Till I get a 5-0. I will not leave this stream if we don't have a 5-0. We need this. You see, I had a lot of motivation in day 4. The sum of best was 501 and I was hyped to finally get the sub 510. But on this day, the Mario gods were not with me. I was not able to get a single run on PB pace into the last stage. After around about 50 attempts, I lost my focus more and more and died to the stupidest things. I was still able to get a 536, but that was not even close to PB and even further away from my goal. I even started to do less pipe jumps, but it didn't help. This day was the perfect example that bad days can happen and you just have to try again and again till you fulfill your goals. So unfortunately on day 4 I wasn't able to get a personal best, but I found out about the Miyamoto rickroll. I'm out, okay? Stream alone, stream without me, you don't need the streamer, okay? And then the final day began. On this day I started the stream a bit earlier so I can do as many attempts as I want. And it was looking promising. After only 20 resets I already got a run on PB pace to 8-3. Unfortunately I died to a hammer bro, but it was a good start. I decided to finish the run and got another 529. So I knew it had to happen today. Another 10 resets later I had another good run to 8-4. I was way more consistent that day than all the other days before. And so, on my 348th attempt, it finally happened. Oh my god! Yeah! Oh no, my... Oh! A 504. Finally a deathless run. The only big time loss I had was getting stuck on these stairs in 8-1. Everything else was clean. I tried to beat this time for another 4.5 hours and couldn't get it, but I was fine with that. I achieved my goal, the sub 510, and for now on, I can leave the game alone. Thanks for watching.